if you want the rainbow, you've got to put up with the rain. Do you know which philosopher said that? Dolly Parton.
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is
Morning Somewhere!
for August 26, 2026. My name is Bernie Burns. Sitting right over there, Jolene. Please don't take her, man. Actually, it depends. Jolene, give me a call. Let's see what's up. It's Ashley Burns. Say hi to Ashley, everybody. Dolly Parton passed away yesterday at the age of 80 years old.
Yeah, I saw that.
Very sad.
I saw it within minutes of it being posted, and that's one of the ones that hits you hard because it was always nice just knowing that she was there.
Man, there's like a handful of people that everybody likes, right? And
right.
Dolly Parton was one of those people. Just a great lady. Just seemed to stay humble. Her entire career has been around once again for decades and decades.
Did everything she could to lift everyone around her up, both in her local community, and then she would send free books to kids. Come on, that's not something that anyone has to do, but she established this thing where it's you could just get free books from Dolly Parton. How great is that?
If there is a ray of sunshine in someone passing, I do think that Dolly Parton knew she was really well loved. People,
I think so too.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who they'll pass away, and then everyone spends a lot of time talking about how loved they were and how great they were, and they're missed. But people didn't really talk about them like that when they were alive. Dolly Parton is one of the ones that people have always talked about like that.
Always celebrated. I feel like
And Betty White.
There's been a few of them. I was thinking of Betty White in my head as well. But it is nice, too, that younger people also picked up on Dolly Parton, too, and revered her as well in her life. And, rest in peace, Dolly Parton. You were one of the good ones. You were saying, by the way, when we were reading the breaking news yesterday, you were saying it all reads like the template obituaries that are in place, which makes sense.
Yeah, well, when I was reading yesterday, because the news had just come out, and they had not yet announced the cause of death was a brief battle with cancer. The family's now announced that, but at the time it was just announced that she had passed away. And reading the articles, you could tell these were the ones that they had ready to go.
Sure,
right?
sense.
Dolly Parton, she was on the list.
Yeah.
There were these multi-page articles about all the amazing things that she's done, and no one was sitting there typing that up as soon as the announcement was made.
No, I don't think so.
They're all right, grab that one hit publish. But it was interesting to them, knowing that that's a thing, to then see it in action.
I wonder, we should ask around, I wonder how many people in Scotland know about Dolly Parton, or if they would, right? I mean, it's country music, But
Dolly Parton was an international treasure.
An icon, Ashley.
Yes, an icon. Well, I don't know. I think people in Scotland might be a little bit busy at the moment. Trying to sneak bottles of Irn Bru onto the Batman set.
Did you read that?
I did read that. So I guess Glasgow is the new, city set for everything. It's where the new Spider-Man film was largely filmed. It's where they're filming a lot of the new Batman movie. And I guess the locals are having a bit of cheeky fun in the way that they do in trying to sneak Irn Bru onto the sets overnight or whatever during set breaks. And security keeps having to scour the sets looking specifically for Irn Bru.
The Scots are just kind of like little gremlins. They're little scamps.
Here's what I like about the shenanigans that Scots have been pulling, the things that have got international attention at least. Is between this and at the World Cup, putting the cones on all the statues' heads. It's their shenanigans are cheeky and fun, right? They're, not like Farva's shenanigans that are cruel.
Right. Farva. Does Farva have cruel? We're talking about, did Super Troopers 3 come out?
It did.
It did. I feel like that kind of, I heard about it, I think, as it was happening, but I got to see it. Oops, my little phone's on.
It even had a really elaborate popcorn bucket.
Oh, did it? What was it?
It was like a gold trooper head.
Oh, okay.
With a hat on it.
I regretted asking the question as soon as it came out of my mouth, but I guess it would have to be pretty safe. Right? But so I hate to break this to the Scots. They sell Irn Bru in New York. It's not like that would be that big of a deal. I mean, it would be a product placement thing.
Right. I actually think they should, first of all, Also, though, this is it. It's not New York. It's Gotham.
Oh, thank you, Ashley.
Right. So
It
it's
is
the set of Gotham. So I don't know. Is there a healthy Iron Brew economy in Gotham? I guess they would be establishing that in the canon. I think security at some point needs to just let one of these through.
What did the Wayne family do? They made so much money in Gotham.
They seem like one of those just they own everythings.
They had time to go to the movies together. So they clearly had
Was it the movies or the theater?
Was it family money that was up? You know, that's interesting because sometimes I think I've seen it as the live theater, Ashley. And I think almost always when I've seen the marquee in the Batman origin story, which I've seen about 1,000 times, it's always Zorro. They were getting out of going to see Zorro.
Interesting. So she dressed up and wore pearls to see Zorro?
Hey, man, she's high society. Good thing the bats came along. Otherwise, it would just be like Batman would have been like a swordsman with a fancy little mustache. He would have drawn inspiration from other places.
I mean, look, I could be the superhero that we need.
Yeah. I hate to break this to the Scots as well. I'm going to read this from the Irn Bru Wikipedia page. This is from the overview and history section of the Irn Bru Wikipedia page, Ashley. The first Irn Bru drink was produced by the Mass and Waldstein Chemicals Company of New York in 1899.
I think you mean Gotham.
Under the name Irn Bru.
It's actually owned by the Waynes.
The drink was popular across North America and was widely copied. So this isn't even a Scottish thing. It came from America. Although it's not clear when I go further into this and I read it. I don't know that it was the same flavor and formula. It was some kind of, it's like some kind of tonic and soda flavored thing.
Yeah, I feel like that's a different thing. Like just because you have iron in your drink, that doesn't make them all the same drink, right? That's like saying that all teas are the same.
I don't know about the whole iron claims either. I know they had to change their name. This is really funny.
Well, you're reading the Irn Bru Wikipedia article. Can you see if it included actual iron?
Well, I'll read this to you. So the name had to change, right, to the Irn Bru, which is the name. It's IRNBRU. That's the actual name of the drink. And that had to change because there was truth in advertising for labeling of food in the UK. 1946, when impending UK food labeling regulations stipulating that brand names must be literally true, since it was not strictly brewed, it had to be changed. So it wasn't the iron.
It was the brewing part?
It wasn't the iron that changed it. It was the brew part. So going back to your tea metaphor, yeah, because it wasn't brewed, I guess. What constitutes brewing? Isn't that just another word for making?
Do you have to have a witch on staff?
I'm going to cast aspersions on that definition.
Our staff witch is going to cast aspersions upon the brewing process.
Right. And then they want it to rename shit. They get to keep it however they want. But I don't know, it's kind of crazy to me that it came from New York. But I guess we actually, I had learned this before because I try not to talk about this. We were doing some work on the property and we found like an old Irn Bru bottle from like, we don't know,
we ended up
1910.
In like post bottle discovery research, I think we figured out it was from like sometime around like 1905.
It also wasn't the Irn Bru maker based on the fact that they never brewed Irn Bru in Aberdeen, which the bottle was labeled as, but then somebody broke the bottle. Like it was just, we don't break anything around here.
We don't. Things around here, they maintain. But this bottle got broken, which was devastating because as we started learning more about it, the only other one I found was in a museum.
Yeah, no, let's not talk about it. Let's not. It was devastating for everybody.
It was really hard.
Everybody had the same reaction when you told them. They all covered their mouth.
It was like, the theatrical.
But it was an accident, and accidents happen. We all know that.
They do indeed.
But I hate to break it to the Scots, yet their efforts to poison the city of Gotham with Irn Bru bottles will go unnoticed.
They will, but if you want to build your new city and place all the Irn Bru around you want, they have finally announced the Lego Skylines game, which I'm super excited about.
Have we heard about this before?
Sort of.
So they have a Lego version of the game City Skylines, which is a different version of SimCity, basically.
Yes, so it's a city builder game. And we kind of knew this was coming. I believe this is one of those games that kind of its existence was leaked because it got a rating, or it was listed on a ratings board. I want to say it was in Korea, but I can't remember for sure on this one. And so we kind of had an idea that it was coming. It's now been officially announced. No release date or anything yet. But they put out a trailer, and I watched it. Did you watch the trailer? I mean, I think it looks cool.
My reaction when I saw that trailer was, why doesn't this game exist already? Like, even for Minecraft, why hasn't there been a city builder simulation game?
Like, it makes so much sense,
in
right?
Minecraft, all the other different variations of Minecraft that they've made. Why hasn't this been made before?
I wonder if it's because this is kind of a genre in crisis, right? For a long time, SimCity was like the pinnacle of the city builder genre. And then it got its lunch eaten by the City Skylines release. And then City Skylines 2 came out and kind of fell on its face.
Agreed.
And I feel like no one has really stepped in to take the crown at this point. And this Lego Skylines is kind of a City Skylines spin-off. And I think it's being worked on by the team that's come in to fix City Skylines 2. So it's one of those things that has a lot of question marks around it, but I want to be optimistic because I want this to be really good because I like the genre and I feel like there's just not a lot in the genre right now for me.
I was just thinking it would be fun because in those SimCity city builder games, they have scenarios like, oh, fix the problems of traffic in Bern, Switzerland in 1985. Like classic.
Scour the Gotham set for rogue Irn Bru bottles.
Take Irn Bru out of Gotham. And a great scenario would be just like you go in and you're bad at civil planning and it's like a rage scenario. Make your citizens as mad as possible.
People already do that with things like the roller coaster tycoon or like the amusement park sims where they do their best to like trap people on them or make people throw up or like whatever it is. People will find a way to torture their little guys. This is proof that like having power does not automatically like make you a good person.
Not at all.
Right?
It
It's
just
like
amplifies your personality.
Yeah, or like The Sims, like taking the ladder out of the pool. People will find a way
Yeah.
to just torture the little
Or
guys.
like put a sim in a closet with no doors after a while. Watch what happens.
I think it'd be actually really cool since we're talking about it to have like a superhero version of like SimCity. Are you going to build a city that then attracts like a Spider-Man, or do you have to tailor your city around the abilities of your superheroes to help them get around to crimes faster?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
You guys can have that one for free. Just someone build it.
Or like a villain takes over and stuff and you got to like hire a superhero
Well,
to like,
you know how in SimCity there will be natural disasters, like
Yeah.
a tornado might roll through? What if just like a supervillain comes through, levels a bunch of the city, and now you have to rebuild it?
Right. That would be awesome. Like real, or more relatable, not real, obviously, but more relatable modern scenarios that could happen in your city. Like a supervillain comes in, because everyone watches Marvel movies. Or like somebody wants to build a giant data center in the middle of your park.
Are you going to organize your citizens to protest?
Oh, the mayor of the town over has decided to start a trade war with your city and it's tariffing everything that you've got.
Seriously, what is going on with that?
It's a full on trade war, Ash. It's a full on trade war. And if Canada really starts to hammer on lumber and then energy as well, they got a serious problem on their hands. The U.S. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know it's one of those things that it's difficult to figure out because tariffs don't benefit anyone. But when one country puts tariffs on another country's products, then the other country is likely to retaliate by also putting tariffs on their stuff, even though it does, like, we're all agreeing that tariffs are not ultimately beneficial to anyone.
I have a theory that a lot of this is going on because of the ongoing secessionist talk in the Alberta province, which I had to look up, is all the metrics of it. It's like the fourth largest province in Canada. So it's significant. I was shocked to find out that it's right behind British Columbia. I didn't know that.
In terms of overall size, I didn't know that either.
This is the landmass ranking. Let me see population. Largest is Ontario, Quebec, British Columbia, and then Alberta coming in at 5.06 million. British Columbia is 5.65 million, and then Manitoba is 1.5 million. Now, there's going to be a lot of Canadians out there or people who follow politics who say, like Bernie's talking about the secessionist movement. I just think that Trump is trying to fuel those fires. It's what I think he's trying to do. I don't know whether that's got any viability or not, right? I live in a country too, as do you, Ashley, which we don't use the word secession. We use the word independence a lot.
Yes,
right?
that's the word that comes up a lot within Scotland when people are pushing for a breakaway.
Right. And it was, kind of like Brexit. It started as kind of like a, whisper movement, but then it took hold, and it was very close for Scotland to break away from the UK. But one of the things that kept Scotland in the UK was the fact that Scotland didn't want to be booted from the EU. Womp, womp. And then Brexit came along.
Yeah, I think one of the stipulations was the EU wasn't going to allow Scotland in if they broke away. So Scotland, one of the reasons that Scotland stayed was to be part of the EU, and then Brexit happened. Sucks for everyone.
Sucks for everybody, actually. But going back to the SimCity stuff and City Skylines Lego, it looks great. What's going on with that genre? Because it seemed like EA was making money hand over fist with The Sims and with SimCity. And like, this franchise is fantastic. It's making so much money. And it's like, do you want to make another one? Like, nah. And then they just stopped. When was the last Sims
I think the last
game?
I think the last SimCity was the one that everyone revolted against that made City Skylines so popular, which was the one that no longer allowed people to play offline, essentially. You had to be online. You had to have like a connection to like the EA server, which I think we can all agree was stupid and unnecessary, especially for a game like that. And so then City Skylines came in and said, we're going to do this right. Everyone liked City Skylines. And then 2 came out, and it seemed like it had a lot of technical issues. It had more ambition that it could execute on. And so it released just kind of broken, probably needed a lot more time in the oven and didn't get it. And, but no one's come in and like made a fixed game since then. Like no one has made like the game to take that spot.
Yeah, and it's interesting to me because I would have thought by this point that SimCity in particular would have progressed so far from a development standpoint that it would be like merging with GTA levels of urban simulation where you could make this city and wander around it and stuff. I remember a SimCity game that I played where they tried to integrate it a little bit with some of the Sims functionality where you could pick a Sim and you could follow them through their daily life. I thought that was really cool, that kind of thing. Where I get lost is when I'm like, having to reroute like sewage pipes and stuff underground. It's like, I would like to be able to just turn that stuff off.
I want to be able to progress to this space age, and it's like, traffic's really bad. Just build another layer of traffic for the hover cars.
Oh, just go up.
I want to build a biodome in space. Like I'm building out my city on Neptune. I don't know, Mars, whatever.
Well, there's actually, I think, an Xbox game called Surviving Mars where you do exactly that if you want to do it.
Great. There's another city builder.
Hey, Ash, do you want to go play that game?
Nah. There's another city builder game as well that we should probably check out that came out recently on, I think, Steam called Corsair Cove or something like that, where you build like a pirate island. That seems cool.
Yeah.
I like all these ideas. And I think I might have bought Corsair's Cove as well. I just haven't played it yet. They're just more niche than like the grand scale of the city games.
A lot of love for Big Walk after we mentioned it yesterday. Do you want to play Big Walk with me? It'd be kind of weird for us to be surrounded in places where we could go for a walk and talk to each other.
But just sit on the couch and go for a big walk instead.
Yeah, I get why people in a lot of environments, this would be a very appealing game. But for us, it's literally out our front door, right? Instead of buying the game.
It would probably make me feel a little bit guilty that I am in fact not walking.
Yeah, I got to uninstall that half sword again. It's just,
Did you reinstall it?
Yeah, I did. I actually went and supported it. I think I had the tech demo before, so I bought it and installed it. Yeah, it's a lot of mayhem. A lot of massacring. It's not healthy to be playing that game.
But Bernie, if we're going to go out on these big walks of ours, our IRL big walk, we need to make sure that we have proper nutrition. So I would like to introduce you, Bernie, to protein Pop-Tarts. Make sure that you're getting your protein, bro. You got protein chips right now.
I have Applied Nutrition protein chips right in front of me.
Everyone's going crazy with the protein stuff.
Is there any regulation on when you can call a product a protein product? It just has to have protein?
It might have to have like a gram of protein.
Right.
Like it's like if as long as it has like a protein in it, if you folded a single protein in, you're good. But it does seem like a lot of products. Cup of noodle. Now make protein cup of noodle.
I always think it's interesting too when something is really bad in one category But then they say like, oh, whatever. Like when they have a cookie, right? And they say, oh, the cookie's fat free. It's like, yeah, because it's filled with sugar.
Sugar instead, right? Sugar, technically
jelly
not
beans.
fat. That falls under carbs.
Jelly beans are fat free. You know what I mean? It's always silly when they do that. But this protein thing, it's just a macro. Like everything has protein in it. What's the stipulation for calling it the protein version of it?
Right. Does it just like the new and improved formula that comes out of New York or whatever? It has like double the protein. I don't know. Or if it's one of those things that like the UK is going to say you can't label a protein unless it's actually
It's got
made out of
protein
protein.
in it, though. It does have protein. I mean, I have protein in me, too. As a protein podcaster, Ashley, I have opinions about this. Like, what's entering into my milieu? I got to fight these things off. I'll tell you what could be a really dangerous thing, Ashley.
What?
If Trump decides to have a tariff on protein. That could throw off the entire economy at that point.
Honestly, what do you do? What is Nissan going to do with all their protein cup noodles?
All right, Ashley. Well, who's bulking up with us today?
I want to say a big shout out to Jacob Parker and Shania Dupree. You're both looking real swole. Thank you for sponsoring this episode of our show at patreon.com/morningsomewhere and roosterteeth.com.
All right. Well, that does it for us today. August 26, 2026. We will be back to talk to you tomorrow. We hope you will be here as well.
Bye, everybody.